Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my everyday makeup routine. I did actually film this like right at the beginning of my channel. I'm pretty sure it was my second video I ever made, and looking back, so many products have changed since then. Like, I was looking at it and I was like, oh my god, I barely use these products anymore. And also I did film that on my phone, so like the quality wasn't that great. So yeah, I thought I would refilm it and show you the products that I use now. I literally use most of these products every single day, like no matter what I'm doing. So I hope you guys find this helpful and useful. Also, in advance, I apologise if the camera goes out of focus at any point. When you're doing your makeup, you can't really keep focusing the camera, so it's kind of difficult. But hopefully it's okay. Hopefully. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then keep on watching. The moisturiser I used, by the way, before is like a L'Oreal one. To be fair, I just use whatever I have. Like, I used to use the simple one. Any moisturiser is fine. The first product I'm going to be using is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation. I spoke about this in my drugstore foundation video because it is literally like my favourite drugstore foundation. The only problem with it is that at the moment it doesn't really match my skin that well, because basically I've been using this like moisturizing tan thing that's meant to be like a gradual tanner, but it's actually kind of changed the color of me quite a lot and I haven't tanned my face, so this is going to be like a bit pale, but we're just going to roll with it because I can't be bothered to like get another foundation. The way I do this is I actually pump it like straight onto the beauty blender, and I just normally do like 2 pumps, and I just do it this way just because I hate it when you have like product on your hand. I don't know, I just really dislike it. And I always use a beauty blender to blend my foundation in just because it does it the quickest and I just find it the easiest. Just gonna blend this in. Oh my god, this really does not match my neck. Let's just ignore that. I'm actually planning on like proper fake tanning over summer, so if you want to see like a video of like my first time doing it, then let me know, because obviously I am naturally like really pale, so I think it might be interesting for people to see like how to fake tan if you are really pale. That's the foundation blended all in, so now I'm going to move on to concealer. And for concealer, I normally use the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer, but I normally put this everywhere. I also blend the concealer out with my beauty blender as well, just because I find that easiest, because this concealer can dry up quite quickly, so you have to work quite fast, otherwise it just kind of like sits there and looks really weird. Next I'm going to move on to powder, and for powder I use the L'Oreal True Match powder. I'm so good at explaining things. I'm using my Zoeva 106 powder brush. I use mostly Zoeva brushes just because they're my favourite ones, and I tend to just put powder everywhere because I don't know, I just like to set my makeup in place, especially like under the eyes and things. I feel like this powder kind of helps colour correct because the foundation's a bit pinky and this powder's like more yellow, so it kind of helps like colour correct at the same time. I really like that powder because like it gives like the tiniest bit of coverage at the same time, so if you were going to school or something you could literally just use this, but it doesn't give me enough coverage. So next I'm going to move on to bronzer, and I used to use my Hoola bronzer like all the time, but recently I've actually been using this a lot more, and it's the HD Brows bronzer. I know that's so confusing, but I used to use the HD Brow Kit for my eyebrows and I didn't realise they have a bronzer, but it looks like this and it's quite like an orangey colour, but it actually looks really nice on. I'm using an angled contour brush and I'm just going to put it in like the hollows of my cheek, around my forehead, and I tend to like go down my nose and like under my lip as well. Every day I can't really be bothered to like properly contour, so I tend to just do it really messily, but I quite like the look because it just makes you look more like bronzed all over. To be quite careful with this bronzer because it can go kind of patchy if you don't really blend it in, so make sure you get a little bit of product at a time because it is so pigmented. I feel like bronzer just makes you look alive again, because when you put foundation on everything just kind of goes and there's like no structure to your face at all. Okay, so my bronzer's done. I'm going to move on to blusher, and for this I use the Max Factor Creme Puff Blush, and this is actually missing the lid just because I've like used it so many times. I've like killed the packaging. But this is in the shade 10 Nude Mauve, I think. Oh crap. I just really like this colour because it's more of like a nude than a pink. And I think it just looks nicer for everyday because like I don't think that like really bright pink blushes suit me. I'm using my Zoeva 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek brush. I find Zoeva brushes so soft and they're always so good for blending, which is why I use them like all the time. But I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of gives like a shimmer as well. I mean, it's quite a matte blush, but it's got like the tiniest bit of shimmer in, so I really like that about it. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to highlighter, and this is like my favourite part just because I feel like it makes your makeup like complete, if you get me. For this I use the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. Oh, literally my favourite highlighter ever. I'm using it a lot more recently as well. I also use a fan brush to apply this just because I find it so easy to like get onto the top of your cheekbones with it. So I would really recommend getting a fan brush. They're so cheap as well, you can get them from like anywhere. I also put some on like the tip of my nose and then a little bit down the centre. And then a tiny bit on my forehead, on my cupid's bow, and then on my chin. I sometimes put a little bit under my brow bone as well just to give like a bit more glow, you know? Okay, so now it's time for eyebrows, and I feel like this is where it all looks so much more complete because I look like such an idiot right now with like all my makeup on and no eyebrows. So for this I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and mine's in the colour Taupe. This is like the perfect colour for me because I didn't know whether to get the blonde one or the taupe one, but this one's a lot more for like cooler toned hair, whereas the blonde one's for more like warm coloured hair, and normally my hair's like a lot more cool toned. So this one's just like perfect. And I also use the Zoeva 317 Wing Liner brush for this. I tend to like slightly overdraw them at the top bit here just to create more of an arch, just because my eyebrows naturally don't have one. I find that so easy to use. Like normally I hate doing my brows because I'm not very good at it, but this one is just so easy to use. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow, and for this I'm obviously going to use my Modern Renaissance palette because I use this honestly every day. Like even if I'm going out like at night time or something, I will still use this just because it's everything, honestly everything. First colour I'm going to take is Burnt Orange. I'm going to use my Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush and just put this through my crease. This eye look is very simple, guys. Like anyone could do this, literally anyone. I know a lot of people wouldn't wear eyeshadow like on an everyday basis, but honestly I just feel like nothing without it. I tend to try and blend it quite far out to my brow bone as well, just because I think it looks better when I do that. I take some of that orange and just put it in the outer V bit as well, just to kind of blend it all together a bit better. So next I'm going to take the colour Red Ochre, which is this one here, and I'm going to put that kind of in like the outer V part again. I'm not going to go like into the inner corner, just like the outer part. And it just kind of helps build like definition. I love how you can be quite messy with this as well because it doesn't really matter that much. Next colour I'm going to take is Cypress Umber. That top one there, and it's basically just like a dark matte brown, and I'm using the same brush again, and I'm just going to use this to like further define it. So just putting it in the outer V again, and I just think it gives like the nicest effect. And I'm going to go back in with the orange colour and just put that under my eye. So I feel like it helps blend the whole thing together a bit more. And then I'm going to switch brush, and I'm just going to use like a flat top brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Vermeer, which is basically just like a champagne-y colour, and I'm going to put that on the lid but not go over like the part that's already on my lid. Oh, I love this colour. I also just slightly take that into the inner part of my eye. Okay, so that's it for the eyeshadow. Next I'm going to move on to eyeliner, and I'm going to be using the Miss Sporty Pump 24-hour Booster Waterproof Eyeliner. I don't think I said that in the right order, but never mind. Just kind of draw a line close to the lash line first. Just like quite a thin one, and then I do the flick. don't make it too intense or anything. Literally just like that. And now I'm going to move on to mascara, and I'm going to use my L'Oreal Paris False Lash Superstar X Fibre Mascara. This is the one that's got mascara on one end and then fibres on the other. So I'm going to start with step 1. I just really like step 1 of this. Like, I prefer it to the fibres. I think it's just really nice, and I don't bother curling my lashes either because I just can't be bothered. I haven't actually worn makeup like all week, so this is like so nice being able to do my makeup again. Next I'm going to go on to step 2, and that's the fibres. To be honest, I don't really feel like these do that much, but I just do it anyway. I think it helps thicken them more than anything. You know what I don't understand? How people can wear false eyelashes on like a daily basis. Like, I love the look of false lashes, but honestly they're just so uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm just putting them on really weirdly, but I'm gonna go back to step 1 and just put that on my bottom lashes. I remember when I was in school I always used to put eyeliner on my waterline, and now I'm so glad I don't, just because I feel like it can close my eyes up so much and make them look so small. Okay, so that's the eyes and face completely done. So now I just have to move on to lips, and I actually use 3 different products for this. The first product I'm going to use is my Rimmel lip liner, and this is in the shade Tiramisu. I love this. It was only like $3.99 and it's so nice. So I just use this to line my lips, and I do slightly overdraw them. Never actually used to use lip liner on like an everyday basis, but now I'm so glad I do, because basically my lips are like quite uneven. Like, one side I don't even have a Cupid's bow and the other I do. So I have to use lip liner to like even it out, and it saves my life literally. Next I'm going to use my MAC Velvet Teddy lipstick. I love this so much. I'm going to put this all over the lips. It's literally like my favourite everyday shade. Because I like my lips to be kind of like a little bit lighter, I use this lipstick on the centre, and this is the MUA lipstick in the colour Bear, which is shade 14. And I'm pretty sure this was like 99p, like legit 99p, and it's such a nice colour. So I just put this literally in the centre. I feel like it just helps to like really brighten up my lips and just make them look a bit more moisturised, because the Velvet Teddy lipstick is matte. But yeah, I love putting this over the top. I tend to put this over the top of like any lipstick I use, to be honest, just like in the centre. So yeah, I would really recommend getting this. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you do want to see more makeup tutorials from me. I do really love like making makeup videos because I love doing my makeup and things, but yeah, I've not really done that many. So if you have any kind of looks you want to see from me, or any looks that I've had in my videos, then just let me know what ones you want to see me do, and I will definitely do them for you. Make sure you subscribe if you are new, and give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!